Season Rookies Podcast. It's Press.
Jay.
Nelly.
Donnie Blaze.
You just jumped in there like that. Wow, so rude.
What do you mean?
We're supposed to introduce you.
No, I thought it was cool.
We gotta introduce you, bro. I love it though.
And we are
Season
Rookies.
Rookies.
Donnie.
You want to join that too?
All right.
Well, if you guys don't know, the special guest is here.
Yeah. No longer a special guest. He's
I
a
didn't
regular
think
now.
I was.
He's already in.
I didn't think I was that special. Yo. That was the thing. That's why I figured I just jump in, do the
Love
work.
it.
All right, so we got Donnie Blaze up in the house.
Thank you for having me back.
Cool.
Welcome back. I'm actually meeting you for the first time because when you're here last time, I wasn't here.
True.
Yes.
So
So I just want to get into last time you were here. We talked about some UFC, Conor McGregor,
Yes.
Alvarez.
Yes.
You chose,
Alvarez. You got slap up.
yeah.
Like McGregor owed him money.
Yeah.
like McGregor was looking for his money. And Alvarez didn't pay up. So I honestly, it changed my view on Conor McGregor. Like, I know he's got skill and he's got a big mouth and sometimes he says the wrong things, but he backed it up. He came prepared and he could fight whoever he wants now. And I don't think there's any way that anybody could tell him otherwise. Like he's made me a believer. He's made me a believer. Still don't like him.
I tried to make you a believer last time, but
You tried hard, and I doubted you hard.
seeing is believing. It's all right.
It's all right.
So let's get into TFC. MLS Cup final. Toronto FC, Seattle Sounders ended in a extra time penalty kick, 5-4 Seattle Sounders win.
that was a rough game, guys. I literally wanted to cry.
I'm buying an Xbox.
You're buying an Xbox?
And I'm closing my BMO account.
If you look at the stats, do you get the stats with you, Prez, of the game? The
Yeah,
shots?
actually I do.
Okay.
Shots. Let's see here. Shots on goal. TFC 19, Seattle 7. Shots on target. Once I hit the net. 7, Toronto FC. 0, Seattle Sounders.
And that's why I was upset because I knew that we were attacking the net. We were doing everything possibly we can on the field, and we could not get the damn ball in the net. And what pissed me off even more was the fact that during penalty kicks, we didn't lose because their catchers stopped the ball. Our guy kicked the ball in the bar himself.
Yeah.
That was kind of
You
annoying.
mean the penalty shots?
The penalty,
Yeah, penalty shots, yeah.
The guy who shouldn't have been taking penalty shots,
Yes, exactly.
which is Toronto FC's manager's fault.
I
agree.
Giovinco out.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold up. How are you going to blame the manager?
Because like Giovinco out.
Yeah, but if Giovinco looks at the manager and says, you know what, I've had enough, I can't go anymore.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did. In the press conference after the game, he did say, he looked at the manager and he
Well,
couldn't go
hey,
any
guess
farther.
what? Suck it up. You're getting paid the most in the team. Cry me a river. You're in the MLS
It's the
finals.
finals. Come on.
Cry me a river.
He
Like-
came in with
Excuses.
an injury.
Sounds like Vince Carter. Was Giovinco's mom in the crowd too? Was she? Oh my god! I don't want to hear these excuses. It's nonsense.
I agree. It's an excuse. I think
Nonsense.
it's your final match, your final game. Come on, like look at Stafford. This guy's had a broken finger bent 90 degrees, and this guy's still.
He actually said that in the press conference.
He did. Okay,
That's-
no, here's the
that's-
thing.
that's-
Did you not notice that toward the end he wasn't getting past defenders when he usually does?
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like a pretty quick guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So if he feels that he doesn't have enough for his team, because you noticed that when Ricketts came on,
Right.
he came with a little bit extra energy, extra pace.
He did.
So, I
Okay.
mean, I'm not going to knock Giovinco.
But Ricketts does that every time.
Sorry?
He does it all the time.
True, but Giovinco usually 9 times out of 10 is going to beat by his defender because he's really quick, right? You could tell, something wasn't right. He wasn't 100%.
When did he get taken out of the game?
Toward just before.
After the first overtime?
No.
No.
No, it
midway
was,
through the first overtime.
It was, wasn't
Put me on
it?
the spot.
It wasn't in
Second-
regulation. 100%. It wasn't.
Was it
in
regulation?
It was in the
No.
first
Okay.
overtime.
Okay.
So you tell me he couldn't suck it up for 17 more minutes as a striker? He's not even a defender. He doesn't have to get back. If his leg hurts, he can sit there in the forward, or other half of the field, wait
Mhm.
for penalty shots.
Okay.
Poor
So-
managing. Just,
So, well,
it's dumb.
poor managing.
I can't believe you tell me
Oh,
this
watch
now. I
this.
never knew this. It's crazy.
So
Mhm.
if Giovinco himself is the player,
Yeah.
says I don't have enough to go anymore, are we going to doubt his heart? I'm just asking. Are we just going to doubt his heart?
No. You need to doubt his bankroll, though. You're getting paid, what, $9 million a year?
I just
If he feels he can't be effective, though,
Come on. You could have took a penalty shot, please. He can take one penalty shot. One.
I mean the one that
the one that matters.
but he would have to last the whole extra time, though.
Okay, so he could, as I said, he could have sat there with the defenders of the other team.
And have
And
them
j-
play, what, like 11 on 10?
Well, then you wonder why you lost. No.
yeah, that was annoying. I think a lot of the
Think about it, Giovinco or Moro, a guy who's been in
Mm.
Serie A or a
Yeah.
guy who's never even seen a European soccer field.
Mhm.
Clearly, that
No,
was the difference.
I think you should have stayed in personally. Suck it up. It's your last game.
Huh.
Just like do or die. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't like imagine MJ. Some like come on like this guy.
Yeah.
You never hear MJ saying, "Oh, Phil, I don't have it in me. Please take
Yeah.
me." Come on, like certain like it's a different level of killer instinct and different level of being competitive. And clearly he doesn't have that.
So the game before, you do know he was injured the game before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's been, what, about a week and a half?
Where were they at?
And he went about, what, 80-something minutes on injury.
Right.
And we're...
So then why not start another guy and bring Giovinco on later?
I would prefer that actually.
Again, poor managing.
Have him come in like second
Very
half.
poor managing. Regardless, either way
Hold
you
on.
look at it, it's very poor managing. And then it's if he can't. I didn't know he said that after the game. That he just being a baby now. And now I don't like Toronto FC anymore. So let's go Montreal Impact.
I so saw your Facebook. I'm like, he's like, I'm no longer cheering for a Toronto team ever
Done.
again. I'm like,
Done.
really? After one? But
Done.
come on, they
Cheer
made it
for
to the
one.
finals though.
I
That's
don't
still-
care. They were the better team and they still lost. I don't care. They're done. They're cut off.
But like, okay, but like you're a Hawks fan still, and they're doing stuff that really that good. So, but you're still a Hawks fan. To me,
Again, this is a Raptor fan talking. When the Hawks have made the playoffs the last
Hold
10
on,
years.
hold on. You're deflecting. the
No,
question
but
with
she
the
just said the
two.
Hawks are garbage. Yet the Hawks
No,
have
I
made
said
the
they're
playoffs the
garbage.
last 10 years.
I said the Hawks made the playoffs, but I'm
Right.
saying they didn't win.
Right.
TFC made the finals,
Right.
and they lost,
Right.
and you're still because they lost in the finals now. Like, you won't be a fan.
But I've been a Hawks fan since day one.
I get that, but you.
I don't really
TFC
follow
fan
MLS.
from day one. But
No,
you've
no.
been
I
to-
just started the TFC like this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't follow MLS.
I'm sorry.
religiously.
I thought you were a TFC fan from before. That's why.
No.
Okay.
But I was going
All
for
right.
them. I clearly stated that.
I mean, I hear, and I don't watch TFC very much. I mean, and I, very, very happy that they've made it what they did, and it's good for the city and it's good for the sport. And but if you've got a guy that's hurt, and I'm going to have to disagree with some of the ways you guys talked about Giovinco, because if you're hurt, you're hurt, but you still muster enough strength to try and play. And you can talk about do or die. That's it. He began to die. and subsequently couldn't go on any farther. There's no need to further risk. I mean, if you can't go, you can't go, and you know you can't contribute. Hey, you've got confidence
Well, and he
in
could've
your
took one
other
penalty shot.
teammates.
You could have took one penalty shot. Don't tell me.
At the end of the day, if you're like you have the energy bar in Street Fighter that's down to the edge, and you take one last lick,
It's so true.
he took that last lick.
You find out the Street Fighter.
So, and then that's it. But at the same time, this is a guy you have to commend his appreciation for his teammates and say, hey, coach, I'm out.
Why didn't he go to the coach before the game and say, "Hey, I'm hurt.
Listen,
can't go to full
I can
90."
do as
Then-
much-
Then they could have adjusted.
That's fine. He thought he could go to full 90,
No,
but
you
at the
don't
same time,
think
if you
either, this is MLS finals, you either know or you don't. It's
you know
that
as much as
simple.
you can, but if you got 87, if you feel you're not going to make it,
Hey,
like
when
you were
Jordan
right,
had
I
the
guess.
flu, what did he tell Phil Jackson that game?
Hey, Jordan also that
And then
game.
what did he do?
Jordan also that game cussed Scottie Pippen for tying the
Right.
game. He tied
He
the
was
game as
being
opposed
Michael
to
Jordan.
passing the
But
ball
he was
so
being-
Jordan could tie the
he was
game.
being
but
Michael
of course,
Jordan.
that's
But
Jordan.
Scottie
That's
Pippen
Michael
tied
Jordan.
the game
Right.
instead, and Jordan cussed him at the
Exactly.
sideline. That's why Jordan still had to wait 8 years for his first title. Couldn't win when Larry Bird was still around. Leave it alone with Jordan
But I'm
and
saying,
everything. couldn't win until Magic Johnson caught you HIV either, Jordan. Cha.
I mean, it's a good point about that. Like, I guess to play off of that, the fact is that if he's hurt, management should know how to position it. And I agree. I think Jay's point is, have him start second half. If you know he's not 100%, have him start second half and have him sub in so that if it does go overtime, because remember, they're a good team, Seattle, right? So prepare for that and know that, hey, Jay Venko, come in second half and just have you play the game, right? So.
In the event, we're going to congratulate TFC on an amazing season this year.
TFC.
Congrats, TFC.
They did their thing, man.
No.
They did their thing.
Congratulations.
You had a man play to the limit.
Never again.
Take it to the limit.
And on the way out, Giovinco, he made the starting 11 for the League MLS, but he was snubbed as the MVP. He was not the MVP.
Who was the MVP?
David Villa.
Hmm.
David Villa is the MVP. So on the way out, I say Giovinco's the best player in MLS.
I think so. Yeah.
Who do you got?
Bradley Wright Phillips,
Why?
the goal scoring machine.
Why?
Less shots taken, more goals the last 3 seasons. While Giovinco was around the first season, so yeah.
Okay, Giovinco.
More assists.
Yeah, more assists. 16 assists, 17 goals, balance.
Cool.
Wright Phillips, goals.
Get the ball in the back of the net, and probably would have if he was playing in the MLS finals and wouldn't have cried about his injury after.
Yeah, where's
Right?
where
He wouldn't have cried to the
where is goals coming from? You
probably
know-
Villa.
No, on his team, he played with MLS, the assist leader.
Cool.
So
Still puts the ball in the back of the net.
he does. Giovinco does both though.
Sure. Giovinco cries a lot too. Here we go. Toronto is gonna get just as much hate as the Raptors do.
It's fine. You can hate. I mean, the world always needs a hater.
That's true.
I can hate.
Yeah,
pretty
we
well
love the
too.
haters. It's all good.
Haters are wonderful. Man. Long live haters.
The other sports are having their rough time right now. The NFL, there's been a drop in ratings.
But I heard also EPL has a drop in
We're
ratings.
talking about
too,
strictly
right?
TV ratings, right?
Yeah, it's just TV. But isn't EPL down as
Because
well?
of Game Pass.
Right.
Yeah, EPL is down too. So like, I think
everything's online. They can't track online.
I think a lot of
viewers.
things are down. They're saying a lot of people are even like, I guess not pirating, but they're watching like
Yeah,
from
they're
free
streaming it on.
sites.
Yeah.
Can
That's
everyone,
why.
you know what I mean? Everyone has Netflix and chill, so you know what I mean. They got sports and chill now.
The TV ratings are going to continue to go down forever.
For
They're never
sure.
going to go up anymore.
Right.
That's it.
Well, actually,
They're never going to go up.
well, they're saying viewership.
Even boxing, like you're never going to have the same. You can go online.
They're saying viewership from every age except for seniors has gone down
Yeah,
from
for
every
sure.
age.
It's not
So
gonna-
it's just
I'm not worried like the NFL's rating. So is the NBA probably because
no, it's not actually. They've
NBA's
gone
not
up.
down.
They've gone up.
Yeah.
Remember the TV deal, my friend.
Yeah, but that's just a TV deal. We're talking about viewership though.
Okay, where do they view it? On
But because
the
they-
TV.
Yeah.
The thing about the NFL and their ratings going down is because, unfortunately, you're trying to saturate football throughout the week. It's just not possible.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you can't
Thursday night
do-
game was
Like,
not even worth it.
Thursday night football needs to end. Week 18, when the last, that should be the last Thursday night football game ever,
Yeah.
except for the Thanksgiving games. Period. That's it.
agree.
And there should only be 2 Thanksgiving games. But the problem is you're saturating it so much. Who played Thursday night? It was somebody in.
It was Oakland and Kansas City.
No, all I saw was somebody in very bluey red and some bland white uniforms
Yeah, it was-
and everything.
it
You
was-
can't
It was
recognize the
Kansas City and
teams.
Oakland.
You can't recognize the teams. They have to have these special uniforms for the Thursday
But
night
actually,
games.
that's good though. That's actually for people who are colorblind. So I support that.
Legitimately colorblind, but at the same time, you can't tell. Like it's not. Like it is a marketing ploy gone bad. It is. It is necessary, like TiVo, but at the same time useless, like TiVo.
But you know what I think my theory behind it is that NFL Network, they run that like that's their night of football on their channel, right? NFL Network presents Thursday Night Football, and I think they're trying to get money from from advertisers because of course you pay money to be on that, you know. To be shown. However, what I noticed last week, if you watched the game, the broadcasters from the Sunday Night Football were doing they hired them. I think Chris and what's the other guys?
it's Chris Collinsworth
Yes.
and now Michaels.
Yeah, they hired them to do the Thursday night game last week because they figured like maybe if we had better broadcasters because like they'll make the games be better, right? But that didn't help them. So I
What are
think
they gonna
like,
do now?
huh?
What are they gonna do now?
So I don't know, but no, well so now NBC sponsored some of the Thursday night games now on NBC. They show some games, but it isn't the same. Like Thursday night football, I don't know. Like I remember what 2 years ago now they started it. 2-3 years ago.
You know what they should do? Get Chad Owens on there.
Chad Owens is
What
too
they
They
big.
bring out Doug Flutie.
Chad
They
Owens
can
is
host
too
it.
busy,
No.
running
And there's
routes
so much
in
TV
Hamilton.
shows and basketball, like just too much. I don't think Thursday
Fantasy,
night football.
fantasy ruins it. A lot of fantasy.
Also,
That's true.
Red Zone.
And Red
Oh, I
Zone.
love Red Zone. That's all I watch is Red Zone.
Right.
That's all I watch.
And
I don't
the
watch
thing
a
is, and the NFL created it,
Mm-hmm.
and now it looks like creating that is actually hurting their product. Because
Yeah.
who wants to sit down and watch a 3-hour game of like teams that you're not really into when you can get all the touchdowns from Red Zone, right?
It's
and
true.
they created it.
It's
So,
true. It's,
One other
that's
thing
a
I was
great
actually
channel.
thinking is they've had a monopoly for the longest time. That's why they're able to get good sponsorship because of the fact that Sunday, if you think even 20 years ago, you couldn't even shop on Sunday. It was a big deal to go shopping on a Sunday. Sunday was lockdown,
Yep.
family time.
Yep.
And when you're locked down family time, your TV's on.
You're watching
For
football.
sports, you're
Yeah.
watching football.
And back then, only like what 20 channels, so you
Right.
had to watch whatever.
So
yeah.
everyone was engaged in football. Here we are, times are changing, and I think the palette for the consumer right now, they have so much more options right now. Where now on Sunday, you could see NBA is actually making a move for Sunday night games, Sunday afternoon games. You know, it's just like I think that day that they owned is no longer theirs, unless you know you have the casual people who tune in like playoffs and Super Bowl. But
Yeah. You're right. I think Red Zone's a big factor. Red Zone, I think total viewership. I think having the Thursday
Scheduling.
night game, the schedules. They were saying even like the matchups are a problem.
right,
Some are saying that Tom Brady not playing the first 4 weeks, people weren't watching football. Like, I think that's a big stretch. Like Tom Brady, I love you, but bro, like really, you cause viewership going down? I don't think so. But
maybe in New England, that's
yeah,
it.
maybe or Peyton Manning leaving, big, but I don't think those guys would affect
Cam
them.
Newton choking.
Cam Newton. He
There's
hasn't
also
been
the
like I
doing-
stated.
There's also the Colin Kaepernick debate
Protest,
and everything.
yeah.
But really and truly, the problem is people aren't watching football games in San Francisco because San Francisco doesn't have a football team right now. So
But I mean, who actually watches the anthem? Like, I don't watch the anthem ever of any football game. I haven't seen an anthem at a football game since I think when I think Beyonce sang it or someone else sang it at Lady Gaga.
And that's the
sang
thing.
it.
Did you know that before, I believe it was in 2003, that's when they actually started televising the anthem. Before that, the anthem wasn't a thing. Like somebody would sing it and that's it. But now everybody's got to have a flag out and they have a ceremony and it's televised. It's paid for by the U.S. Armed Forces.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yes, they sponsor that every game, and they put into the NFL, and that's why and that's why I mean, no offense, like I mean, nothing against Roger Goodell, but
Yeah.
he needs to take a long walk off a short pier, legitimately. So, and you get that paid for patriotism that they could use as rhetoric towards the Kaepernick thing or the
yeah.
Spygate and whatever.
Yeah.
Again, but it comes down to all sorts of stuff. Your game is saturated. It is you need to actually try to make it more unique and exclusive for the people who actually love and want to watch the game. But if
Yeah.
you're going to put something out on Thursday and then have a whole beginning of like in the early afternoon and then some evenings and then a little bit of a break and then at night and then another game on Monday, like
It's too, yeah.
it's
yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
I agree.
So you have fans, your casual football or NFL fan can go. I mean, your diehard, would watch all of that.
Right.
But your casual fan, no,
Just the
Nah,
big
man,
names,
you
big
know what I mean?
quarterback names. They know that's
exactly.
it.
Yeah, and big matchups. You watch the big
Watch your big
like
matchups.
Cowboys Giants. I'm sure that had a lot of viewers. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Like certain matchups get those types of.
But come 9 o'clock, I mean, at the end of the day, people watch The Walking Dead's on.
Right.
It's true.
What Westworld is on.
Westworld, big old
what I mean?
Westworld. That's my
Just want to
show.
say,
So at the end of the day, if you're gonna be if that's the case, or if I'm gonna watch, I don't know, who played Sunday night I can't even remember. See, that's
Well,
the thing. I don't even want to remember who's Sunday night because Daryl escaped. That's all I care about right
Yeah,
now.
no, it's true.
So
And actually, you mentioned Walking Dead. This past week, it was Sunday night game on Nielsen ratings was 7.8, and Walking Dead was second with 5.6. So like, and everything else, it goes. There's a big drop. It's like
Big
those
drop.
two near the top. And
Yeah.
then it goes like the O'Reilly factor or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
yeah.
So it's those two that are really driving the Sunday night now.
You've got to make sure that people nowadays, like they've found their way away from the TV. You have to find a way to keep them engaged, and you just can't just throw it out there and make it stick. You
Or
got to
expect they're just going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just throw it out there and expect people are just going to
Exactly.
like it.
I mean, nobody takes it like that anymore.
And the cool thing with the NBA, which I
TV.
prefer with the NBA, is that the NBA really only shows games that they think that market will view into. So like NFL, they show like Thursday night, everyone can watch that game, but some markets don't care about KC or Oakland, and some may, right? So NBA is really smart because they actually put games on in cities that matter to that city, which is kind of a smart way to keep your viewership up, right? So
I think so. Also, NFL, they're tied to a network, being ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And ESPN was talks of them possibly being sold by Disney, like Disney dropping ESPN
really,
as a network. And part of the reason is ESPN's subscribership has been dropping like 2 million each year.
wow.
And that has to do with obviously not directly to the fact of the NFL's product, but in the fact that times are changing, where people aren't in front of their TV anymore. People are streaming.
And to
And-
subscribe to pay money for what? I can get the same stuff for free. What am I paying ESPN for?
Right.
Nah, man.
Exactly. I appreciate my Cody box ever so much more.
John was doing yes.
All right, let's get into some call up, call out.
Guess I'll go first.
This is anything too.
Anything, yeah. I know, but this person have to call up because I punked him multiple times on this podcast, like many nights. T. Ross.
Oh,
After performance, 25 points in 21 minutes.
Donnie's happy.
Huh?
Donnie's happy.
I know, but I'm saying like I still punk. Like these guys know we log on to T. Ross the very first. Like I think spring soon come. We log on to him, but I remember the stats for you. This guy had 25 points in 21 minutes, 10 for 17, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. In previous seasons, he averaged 42.3% in field goal. This year, 49.4. 3-point, 38.1. This year, 44.6. And more minutes this year. So he's like,
Jeez. Michael Jordan's in Toronto.
no, I'm saying like he's improved his game, and Casey was saying I think him being a father, he's in the mature level. He slowed down his game.
Yeah, and then he
He's not
blew a
being
windmill
impatient
dunk.
anymore.
And he blew a nice windmill dunk.
He did.
Yeah,
And that all went down the drain.
so
but yeah, gotta call him up, man.
yeah, Ross.
I apologize, bro.
I'm always first. As soon as I hear a name start with letter T, and I think it's gonna be Terrence, I'm quick to jump on him. But I gotta admit, I owe an apology right now to all the Ross lovers out there
Yeah.
who defend him to the death for the last 4 years.
Death.
Yes. Because no, I gotta say he's not the player I expected him to be, but there's no denying that shot is wet
Yes.
and it's natural, and he's clearly a shooter. And even if he ends up being nothing else, meaning he still doesn't have handles and he still can't rebound much and he still can't defend great and he still can't do all these other things that I still is in question. If he could throw and like shoot the way he is, my mouth is quiet.
I'll take it. Give me all of that.
Actually, my boy hit me last night real quick, my boy Pullman, and he says about a text. He hit me a text, and he was saying about Ross, how great Ross was. I hit him back and said, yeah, he's doing great, but just make sure he stays away from the dunk competition. In regards to the broken windmill dunk. He replies back, he's like, pretty much, haha, but he goes, what about the 3-point competition?
Here we go.
I don't think he.
Hold
do
up
you
one
think he should
second.
go for that?
Think
No.
about this now. Just think about this right now.
There's so
Yeah,
many
he's been
really-
playing. He's
Hold on.
playing good 4 years in for what? 3 weeks now. He's been playing great.
Okay.
Yeah, we're only.
He's gonna vanish by. Like
Okay, hold on.
March.
Ready?
30%.
I'm talking about the 3-point competition. He's shooting 46% from 3, you said?
Yeah,
Double check that for me.
Yeah.
If he's shooting 46% from three, and I'm pretty sure he's taken at least
So he's shooting
threes a game.
44.6 right now.
Okay, so we'll say 45%. He's a 45% 3-point shooter, and you're saying that you don't think he should be in the 3-point
I didn't say he
competition?
shouldn't be in it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
When
what
did I say that?
No, you didn't say that.
I
You
never
didn't
said
say
that,
that.
did I?
Yeah, you just
You
threw
did
it
a,
in.
I just said he's gonna vanish in March.
You just
That's all I said.
That's a general hate and everything. And as a Terrence Ross supporter, and I have been,
The
and
original one.
I've taken lots of licks and everything, and all sorts of stuff from people and everything. And this is a justifiable thing about him as well too. And I've always liked it. And I've always felt that the hatred that came from Terrence Ross is just for the fact that Joe Johnson happened to go off in the playoffs, and that's it. All right. Yes, he couldn't cover Bradley Beal in the playoffs, but not a lot of people really could. Right? These guys are skilled players.
Well, the
You
fact that he
play
won a dunk competition doesn't ever go on lane.
Hey,
and then
listen.
when he has a wide open dunk, he blows it.
And listen, it happens, right? Remember,
Yeah.
DeRozan had that 360 dunk a few years ago in New York. That 360 dunk that he missed, right?
Yeah.
He still, whatever, man. People they make jokes about that, but that's what you do here in Toronto because you're salty. But at the end of the day, but what you do when you recognize the real and what he is, and again, it's maturity, it's the fatherhood aspect of it, because most of remember that whole starting crew, just like Jonas as well too has improved his game a bit as well
Yes.
too. Because remember, he's a first-time dad as well.
Yeah, he's
Him
the
being-
first. Yeah.
so all of those guys being dads, and they do their thing. It's a bonding
DeRozan,
thing.
Lowry, all of them. They're so true.
So you get all of that stuff with these guys. And Ross in itself is just like he's playing the game that he could be. I know he could even be better if he was on a different team. I honestly say if he was with the LA Clippers, we're talking. I think he would probably be an all-star under Doc Rivers. Nothing wrong with Dwayne
What?
Casey.
Ross?
Okay.
Yes. No, not again.
You
This
can
is a man
leave.
who can
No,
jump
you-
out the
hold
gym.
on, you can leave.
You can jump out the gym, so he can take that Chris Paul
Okay.
20
Okay, you're going
20
too far
assists a
with
game
this.
alley-oop.
You're going too far with this.
Shoot the three. Replace
I-
JJ
You're going
Redick.
too far with this. I don't know if I will-
I'm
Dude,
not gonna
that's
go
fine.
there right
That's
now.
fine.
Stretching
That's
right
fine.
now,
That's
yeah.
fine. That's
I'm
fine.
not
That's
there
fine.
right now.
That's
Ready for the season?
that's
Just take.
Can we go
just
back to the
take the
CFL?
apology.
That-
Take the apology
And
and
just
go,
make
okay?
a move.
Take it and go.
That-
Take it and go.
Take it and go.
And go, please.
You want to take it and go? That's
Yeah,
fine.
take it and
But
go.
at the end of the day, you know what I mean. Again, that's what you get.
Can we
out
just
of
go
a
back to
Terrence
talking about the
Ross
CFL, please?
fan. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I want to call out the NHL.
Ooh. Why? I'm curious.
So the IIHF, International Hockey Federation, for the Olympics, they're waiting for a response from the Players Association and the NHL to let them know if they are going to participate in the South Korea Olympics in 2018.
Okay.
Now, why I'm calling them out is this. For the NHL, it's never really been a problem for them to be in the Olympics. Reason why is because, well, it's their athletes and they get to sub-promote their product. So it's not really a problem for professionals to be in the Olympics.
And you're an ambassador for a country. It's more than just, yeah.
Now, since the World Cup of Hockey, a product that the NHL has their hands all over and all in, now they figured, okay, well, we brought the World Cup of Hockey back. Maybe we don't need to every 4 years have someone else that we can, promote our product because we can do it all in-house. I just think they use the IIHF.
Yeah, that's whack.
I think that's whack.
That's beyond
Very
whack.
whack.
Why are you, come on. The Olympics is beyond your damn league. It's just about the world trying to come together, unite as an athlete and to play for your country. And it's a different feeling playing for your country versus playing for a franchise getting paid for. It's a different feeling. So that's whack.
In the World Cup of Hockey, they have a team North America and I believe a team Europe. So you
Yeah.
had other players. You couldn't even put a team together from, the Czech Republic or from Serbia or wherever. You have other places in the Olympics where some guys could play as opposed to being part of a quote unquote NHL melting pot team.
Of course.
So you definitely get the call out. I mean, I'll call it the NHL. I'm down with that for sure. But at the end of the day, yeah, let these guys play in the Olympics for their own team on their own flag, their own banner, which they represent. You know what I mean? It's
course.
nothing wrong to try to take that away from them.
Yeah.
I have nothing really wrong to say about the World Cup of Hockey. I just have to say that I find it very coincidental that the year after they start the World Cup of Hockey, they drop what actually maintained and helped their brand to continue on, which was the
Of course.
Olympics.
Yeah.
You can't, and the NHL come to realize that they don't have enough players from other smaller countries that do play hockey. Like you have a bunch of guys from Austria, right? That's fine. They know they may all not make the NHL and everything, but if those guys from Austria can play in the Olympics every 4 years, yeah, maybe. What if they what if they get their butts handed to them? In the Olympics, that's fine.
That's fine.
I would rather, that the
That's boring, though.
idea
Nobody
to,
watches those games.
but to play for your country, like at a world class stage, because the World Cup of Hockey is for North America only.
Only.
For
Yes,
Europe too.
please,
Sweden, Finland,
come on,
Russia.
man.
No.
Anyway,
Why is it only because
That-
for
that
North
was the
America?
kiss.
I want your
Wait,
explanation on this.
you know
because
what it is?
Okay.
Because
Let's be honest here.
let
Why?
us-
Because it was in Toronto this year.
No, because
When it's in Russia, Russians are going to be even more. Did
doesn't
you
matter.
see that? Me
Yeah.
and Prez were at a game.
Mm-hmm.
Who were we? Was Finland? No, was it Finland?
Russia,
Russia, Finland.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
now
wasn't
the-
even close to being sold out.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close.
doesn't have. But, here's
But
the
even
thing.
Team USA, the day they played right after, that wasn't even close to a sellout.
The one thing
You
reason
go to
why
Russia, I bet you everyone's going to be watching.
everybody's
Sellout
going to
night
be
after night
watching
after
and
night.
everything. The one thing about it is, again, you're going to have that broadcast because this is, again, the Olympics is a worldwide thing. It is their thing. But
Yeah,
then
but nobody's
you
going
don't
to watch Germany versus Austria. Like, who the hell cares?
Well, who would what would be the German players that don't make the NHL that are on their team that would be like there's a lot of Canadians.
Donnie, it's money. TV.
It is money and everything, and the
Nobody's
money
gonna watch Germany
and the
Austria.
money in
It
itself
should
is
be, and the Olympics should have a 6-team or 8-team format. That's it.
But keep in mind, like the Winter Olympics
That's
is
it.
different, right? Because
Mhm.
there isn't that many other Winter Olympics. Like the amount of like I guess like competitions in that Olympic compared to summer is different, right?
It's-
Yeah, but
Hockey
the
is the
IHF,
highlight of the Winter Olympics. in
they always
terms
do
of-
like 12-team or 16-team tournaments. It's stupid.
at the same time, the one thing about it is versus like if Jamaica wants to get a bunch of dudes
Getting
that
nice.
can to get on the ice and they could qualify for the Winter Olympics and play, they can play. But there's not a lot of Jamaicans that are in the NHL, so they won't get that shot. You get those guys where they need to be playing for the country on a world stage, their country, not from what the NHL tells you where your country is, but that the world tells you where the country is. And if you want to be from wherever, you be from whatever, and you play for wherever.
Gotcha.
Fun the NHL.
I agree.
It's not
It's
that
all right,
easy.
dude.
It's not that easy.
I know, I know,
It's
it's
money.
not easy to shut you up either. I got it.
Who am I calling out? I'm calling out Donnie for what you just said about Terrence Ross. First of all. Second of all, I'm calling out Prez because Monday the Hawks, the Bucks played the Raptors, and I got a random text. The first time I ever get a text like this: Raps Bucks tonight. Why do I get a text saying Raps Bucks, but when the Raptors play on the other night,
Hold
I
on.
never get a text?
Oh
Did
boy.
you did,
It's
hold
just
on.
it's just Raps game, but when it's like Raps/Bucks.
Hold on.
Remember last week's podcast?
Hold
Who's
on.
his favorite team?
Hold on.
He's
Hold
getting
on.
called out for that.
Ooh,
week-
favorite team.
The week
They
before,
had a rough night.
the week before,
Hawks,
did you
Bucks.
get a text? Bucks, Hawks?
So you're just throwing yourself under the bus now
Why?
because you shouted out the Bucks against my team. Not only did you, why is he mentioning this? But when the Raps played the Hawks, I never heard of anything. I never heard nothing. when the Hawks played the Raptors, I didn't hear a single thing.
'cause y'all
I didn't hear
compete
nothing.
because, it's
Nothing at all. I was at the game and I didn't hear nothing that whole night. He was really quiet for some reason.
I didn't want to rub it
'Cause
in.
I think he was
I didn't
watching the
wanna
Bucks
rub it
game
in.
that night. I don't think he was watching the Raptors game that
That's
night.
gotta know, man.
Anyways, I'm
Love
gonna
some
call up
honest.
the Memphis Grizzlies.
Call them
Yes.
up.
Yes,
Ooh.
because they're
I
on
was gonna call
fire.
him up too.
And then Mike Conley, they have like Parsons is hurt. He's probably hurt forever.
Everyone's hurt. That team was like injured.
And they destroyed Golden State on Saturday
murdered
by
them.
like
Murder them.
20, and they've won like 7 in a row. And
Mhm.
they're playing Cleveland right now. If they win that, that's crazy. So I'm calling them all up.
It's so funny because I had them call up too. That team has tenacity. Like they just have this grinding, and like watching the stats for that game, Golden State, they're pretty even. There was no like, I think Memphis had more free throws attempts and like, other than that though, they're pretty like, in terms of field goal percentages and pretty equal, and they smashed them. It's crazy.
Yeah, Grizzlies are playing. Oh.
Golden State got
Blows my mind.
embarrassed.
It's one game.
I know, but still, like it wasn't like a 1 point, 2 point.
It was
game.
Marcus Gasol versus the All-Star team in the West.
Honestly.
Yep.
To me, like, if you have 4 All-Stars on your team, you shouldn't be losing that. Like, that's like not like I think any other team is okay, but that team, no,
And it was the whole game. It
no
wasn't
excuse.
just,
20
the whole game.
no excuse. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling out David Price.
David Price.
David Price. He's active on Twitter.
Mm.
And I guess someone was going at him when the boss after they picked up Sale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And someone is on Twitter, I guess, kind of
Once they
throwing
get Joey
shots.
Bats, will be good.
Hmm?
Once they get Joey Bats too.
They didn't know.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not getting
No,
Joe-
no.
Hold on.
He's not going to Boston.
Or Edwin, but we'll talk about that another time.
So Price, he on Twitter, reply back Twitter. I guess they're saying about him having no postseason wins, and he's saying he'd rather have more regular season wins than postseason wins.
Like this season, he had none, or like his whole
No,
career?
like his whole career. He's still, yeah.
Not even in
Yeah.
Tampa.
Nope.
Nope. So reason I'm calling him out is the fact that with Sale coming back or coming there right now, for him to go at Twitter, which he's more like he's entitled to. I just think it's very interesting with Sale being there, and who's gonna battle him for, I guess, opening night. Wouldn't you say there?
No, Sale's got that job locked up.
No.
Yeah, Sale's got it
no,
locked
no,
up for
no.
sure. Sale, Chris Sale's the best pitcher in the AL. No questions asked. He's number one.
God, I
The
agree.
one thing, Boston,
I agree.
and that's
no,
a
but who
cool
else
thing.
is better than Chris Sale?
Well, David Price, but to say, and that's one thing about David Price, and I do.
David Price had the offense to back him up, and he still couldn't.
That's fine. You know what, David Price.
Chris Sale,
should-
who-
you
you
know
know,
what,
who's
and David
Melky
Price
Cabrera.
would have had, and David Price would have had a postseason win if Jose Bautista and Ryan Goins got their signals right.
Right. The bloop.
The bloop. And that's the one thing when you and everybody's going to throw out that shot and everything, but in towards his defense, you want to have all of those regular season wins to get to the playoffs, so you can try and get that first postseason win. Chris Sale still has to work on his first postseason win as well, too, right?
Yeah, but
Because
Chris Sale's already better than David
no,
Price. Price is 30
listen.
and Sale's like
Like
24.
not every, and here's the one thing about your postseason wins. And listen, not everybody could be Andy Pettit. Not everybody could be Oral Hershiser. Not every,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? You want to throw out dudes who win in the postseason, that's fine. But you have to get there. David Price will get you
There.
there. Chris Sale has had many opportunities, but he does not have the shoulders for heavy lifting. So that's why he should. I mean, yeah, it's good. Take a trade to go to
Chris Sale
Boston. He
doesn't
doesn't
have the heavy shoulders to do what?
to do any heavy lifting because
To
listen,
carry a team?
to carry a team. He's not a team carrier. No.
Because the
No.
teams he's been on in Chicago White Sox. A
Exactly.
team that hasn't been in the playoffs in the last 12 years.
Because I can't
David
even.
Price was on a World Series Tampa Bay team. He's on Boston. He was on the Jays when they went to the.
Yeah, but those are the
AL
thing.
was fine.
Remember, the Jays were a
Put Chris Sale on a Boston, it's lights out.
not necessarily.
Give him
It's
the run
not,
support?
not always the case. You have a Boston left-handed Boston pitchers have a tendency, unless your name is John Lester, to get smack up. So
Okay, who's better, John Lester or Chris Sale?
John Lester,
Okay.
hands down,
No.
hands
Not
down,
even close.
hands down, dude, hands down. I
Remember,
mean, do it wrong.
Chris Sale was better this year in Chicago than John
Chris-
Lester was in Chicago.
But the one thing you
And they
get,
both pitch in Chicago.
and
And he
that's-
had a worse team. The White Sox were
and
way worse.
the one thing about, and again, we're
Chris
getting
Sale
back
would be
to
the best pitcher on Chicago Cubs.
No, he won't.
He'd be better than Arrieta.
No, he won't.
100%.
No,
No question.
no way, no way.
Easy.
That's blasphemy, buddy.
You're lucky my phone is not charged because I'll pull a Joe Carter on you real quick again.
And that's fine. And I'll take that.
Mr.
That's
Jose
all good.
Bautista. Chris Sale is
Jose.
already, he's way younger and way better.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to call up Tim Lewicki.
Who?
What?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh, okay.
He was just making like,
Tim Lewicki. So I just want to say, success of Toronto teams, squarely, if you look at one factor of why we're having these Toronto teams doing well, Tim Lewicki. Before he came in, Raptors, TFC, Leafs, Blue Jays, separate. He's not part of it. He didn't have a hand in it. I'm just saying he came in. Anyone who doesn't know Tim Lewicki from LA came here, best CEO or president for Toronto sports ever in the history of Toronto.
yeah.
Period. I don't care.
Yeah.
Any arguments?
No argument
Ver-
there.
okay,
Best
ver-
GM?
okay, no.
Best
C-
president ever.
Here's it. Here,
Like president of a whole, at like
Yeah,
MLS.
'cause
He
you
ran.
went-
He
He-
came
wasn't
in,
able to- yeah.
clean house, and
Yeah, he
left.
cleaned everything,
And
yeah.
he left us legacy of something to build off of. Because
I don't
if-
know. I don't know the MLSE presidents, so I'm not sure. Like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking about presidents
Partial.
of all the whole, like the
Yeah.
whole MLSE,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
just the Jays or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Now what? Now, in that case, because I mean, yes, you can put that there. I don't think he had anything to do with the Raptors.
Oh, okay. So real quick.
That's-
He had nothing to do with the Raptors. Watch
No.
this. He's the head.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the GM before he came in? I'll tell you real quick.
Brian Colangelo.
Okay.
Yes.
Got rid of Colangelo.
Good.
Brought in Ujiri.
Nice.
Upgrade?
Sort of. Can you tell me? I love Masai, and we are thankful for Masai for
Right.
everything.
Okay.
Can you tell me anybody on the Toronto Raptors, except for Damari Carroll?
Uh-huh.
You can tell me anybody on this Toronto team that Brian Colangelo has not touched or has not been a part of.
Jared Solinger.
He drafted. Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah,
He
go ahead.
drafted DeMar DeRozan,
Mm-hmm.
Jonas Valanciunas,
Mm-hmm.
traded for Kyle Lowry, drafted Terrence Ross, who I love.
A little
You
bit
know
too
what I mean?
much.
Right.
Who else was there? I'm sorry. He hired Dwayne Casey.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have all of that and everything. Don't get me wrong.
So hold
Brian
on.
and Brian
Can I
Colangelo
answer that
and
question?
I'm still have to do
Oh,
a
you
little
still
bit
have
more.
more.
I still
Okay, go
I still have to support Brian Colangelo here of BC for what he did because BC started with the
Traded
whole.
Bargnani.
That's good. Yeah, long live Masai. Anyway, the one thing about it is this, and what Brian Colangelo is he had the Euroball experiment, and it failed. Brian Colangelo realized his mistake, started drafting other guys without fully tanking, and then, he just ran out of time. But in and itself, Masai, what took the team over to the next stop, that's fine. But Masai brought in the bench and the role players that Dwayne Casey needed. But that core of that Raptors team is all BC. And you can even ask Masai, he knows that. We all know it. We can see it. So to say like Wiki had something to do with the Raptors, okay, give him TFC. Great. But the Raptors, no.
Okay, so hold on. So you're saying if Lewicki didn't come and we kept Colangelo, we'd be in the team we are now.
Close to it.
Okay.
Fairly close. I don't think they would have made. He might not have pulled the trigger on the Rudy Gay trade. That's the key deal when it comes
love
to the
Rudy
Raptors.
Gay.
And I love. I of course we love Rudy Gay, but that's probably the key to making the Raptors from being pretty good to absolutely wicked. Not great, but absolutely wicked.
I want to answer your question about who they brought in. Corey Joseph,
Yes,
that's Masai, and
fantastic.
Sixth Man of the Year, Lou Williams.
Yes,
Who was gone
Hey,
immediately.
brought him in, took him out.
Couldn't
Brought
keep
him
him
in.
around.
So I'm just answering like who we brought in. It wasn't pure,
Yes.
Lucas Nogueira's and Bruno's.
drafted Bruno.
I know
I-
Bruno.
Masai's not special.
Listen.
Everyone makes Masai like he's some god.
Listen,
Masai's
Masai.
not that.
I see Masai's plan, but I also saw Brian Colangelo's plan. I also saw that he ran out of time, so that's why I'm saying.
And you know what? I can agree with that. With that because he did draft Jonas and had him playing in Europe for a whole year.
yeah,
Not even know what you're getting, just a gamble.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not. It's not a knock on BC. I'm just saying Tim Lewicki when he came in, he made changes.
yes,
And the changes since he's been in have been for the Raptors playoffs.
Can I make a call out real quick? Can I call out the Toronto Blue Jays?
Call them out.
Call them out,
All right.
please. You have the winter meetings, and this is where, and I have to call out their current management structure with Atkins and Shapiro.
What did you expect?
What I expect is like, hey, you go to the winter meetings, make a trade, make a deal, sign
Something.
somebody.
Yes.
Don't
you realize
rely
you guys
on.
came from the Cleveland Indians?
Listen,
Where
Cleveland
they did
Indians.
nothing forever.
Well, no, I'm sorry. You pick up Danny Salazar and Michael Brantley
draft.
and well, either or. You make
draft.
deals. Okay, that's fine. They
But
also
they
brought
never
in.
made a trade.
They also brought in Mike Napoli and all sorts, right? But at the end of the day, like here's the thing: you have free agents that are available. You have holes on your team. Fill them.
Yes.
Get the
We're talking
shovel.
about the two guys. These guys never do that.
They can do that.
No, they
If-
can't.
no,
I
they,
think never,
no,
but they
no.
need
The
to.
idea, the idea about it is you can do that, but if you're going to have an opportunity to sign a dude like Dexter Fowler, but you want to cheap out by a year and dollars terms so he can go to St. Louis, if you're going to miss out, you have a hole in right field. You're not going to. You don't want to sign Jose, which is stupid. You don't want to bring back Edwin, which is stupid. But at the same time, if you want to bring in new guys and create a new culture in Toronto, and if you want to do it, do it. That's what the winter meetings are for. You show up. You don't go there for the drinks and the girls because you're married. You have to make sure you go home to your wife, but come back to your Toronto wife with something. You go to work. You go to work. You go out there on a business trip. You come back home with something. You came back here with empty bags.
Yes.
You came back here with empty boxes and everything. You got seized at customs with nothing. I am upset. I'm like, this is not right. You cannot, like, this will be, if they don't do something quick, the rebuild in Toronto would be really, really fast. And then at the same time, we're talking about the Wichita Blue Jays, because this team will fold and move with the bandwagon gone.
Yep.
There are not enough core Toronto baseball fans to keep a team going unless this team is actually relevant and good.
I don't know though. I remember a time in the 2000s, like the Sean Green days, and like
$2 tickets.
Yeah.
Like
People were still
Yeah,
there.
and they still
Yeah.
managed to
Yeah.
fight through,
yeah.
right?
well,
Did-
well, I think because of Rogers. Rogers bought that. I think like
Which is even better for them now. They
They
have a
bought
bigger
that-
they
backing.
have a
Yeah,
corporate
yeah.
backing, right?
They have a corporate backing, which is one thing. The corporate backing is there, but at the same time, you still need viewership. You still need marketing. You still need people that you can run after. There's only so much. Josh Donaldson went from losing to winning. He's not going to go back to losing.
Yeah, he
Troy
leave.
Tulowitzki spent a whole bunch of his career losing, and now he's winning again.
Yeah.
He's not going to deal with that so much anymore and everything. Like, you have that taste. You get... It's like you open up a wrapper and a package and you can see this nice brown cake and you have to either decide if it's chocolate or rum cake. And if you're not prepared for rum cake, it's a big difference from chocolate. So, and the one thing about it is, and I'm just saying, is that one of the thing about it is you're going to go into some bitter times and some things unless you make something happen. These guys are not making anything happen. It is a disappointment. They need to get on it. That's why I'm calling them out.
Call out.
Call him out.
Jay, step it up.
I got nothing to say to that. That's the dumbest thing I've heard in the last 20 podcasts. Donnie, you're getting called out for that right there. That whole speech you just gave was pathetic.
Terrible, man.
Danny Salazar.
Danny,
These are guys they drafted and they rebuilt for 6 years. Now they're finally good. Carlos Santana, now they're finally good. 6 years from now, Donaldson's going to be 37 years old. Tulowitzki's going to be 38. Those guys are beyond their way out.
Let them be on their way out.
But you realize that this team, the Jays, are done. It's over. They're out of the playoffs. The rebuild is right now. This is the rebuild you're watching.
This is not time for a rebuild. You have...
It's not time. No, I
No,
agree. It's not time. But
no.
you got Shapiro and Atkins who are always in rebuild mode.
But they're...
Even in Cleveland, he's always been in rebuild mode.
Yeah, but he made Cleveland work. That, remember, just like what
For
I was
sure.
talking about, what Brian Colangelo did in Toronto.
But how long was
famous
Atkins
pres-
and Shapiro in Cleveland for?
I don't know. for instance,
9 years.
9 years, and then
And now they're finally in the playoffs.
But
What's
that's
9
how.
years from now
But
with
that's
the
how a baseball rebuild can work. It doesn't. It's not overnight. You know.
Jays?
you-
Right, but you just said that the Jays are in win now mode.
yeah. Well, let them continue on the win now. If you
But
can
that-
build
you,
with that,
you have the wrong guys. Then you have Shapiro and Atkins. They're not in that mode.
They need to be in that mode.
They're not going to get in that mode. They're
Then
in
they-
their way.
then
That's-
they're-
when they hired Shapiro, right away I knew, okay, this team's done.
Yep.
Bautista's gone.
Wow.
Edwin's gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 6-7 year rebuild where they're going to stock up on pitching like Salazar, like Corey Kluber, like whoever else you want to draft.
Carlos
Take
Carrasco.
them 8 Carrasco. Look at that. Look at that staff. It's amazing. Now.
It's an amazing staff.
So
but
6 years from now, okay, the Jays will be like on their
you
way.
already have a staff established. They already have a front five, right? You know what I mean? Because you already kicked R.A. Dickey to the curb. That's fine, but you still have a front five. But somebody has to play right field, homie. And I don't know if you're going to either
He'll
move.
draft.
You're either going to move.
He'll draft a guy. He could have got Jay Bruce.
They could still get Jay Bruce.
Well, why hasn't he sealed the deal yet? Because he's
Yeah, because that's why I'm calling him out.
Shapiro.
There's a deal that needs to be sealed. That's what
Mark
the winner.
Shapiro. He does
that's-
not fork over money to guy. He wants to build through the draft. He's been known to do that. When Cleveland in the last 7 years, can you name a big free agent acquisition in Cleveland?
Mike Napoli.
Mike Napoli. Okay, one.
Well, that's
That's
one
what
more
you
give
asked me to
credit
name
for.
one.
Okay,
You
but
asked me
I'm
to
saying-
name one, and I did. All right.
That's all it
Big free,
takes.
All right.
That-
Now another one that
Mike
I can
Napoli's
name.
35 years old.
Okay, and that's fine. But you know what? He helped him take him over to the top. But the next one could have been.
And he did that when? When did he get Napoli? Last year?
Yeah.
Okay. And they made the World
What's the other one you got?
Brought back Jim Thome. Hey.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You accept Tommy?
No.
Okay.
Okay, don't have to accept Thome then.
They didn't make the playoffs that year. That was a move.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
Oh, man. Rough day. All right, cool.
All right. So
Talking to
season
you
rookie
makes my
pod-
brain leak out of my ears.
Okay, what brain? First of all.
Whatever.
The bromance between Jay and Donnie.
His brain's in.
It's so romantic in here, guys.
about as dull
Get
as
some
Mark Shapiro.
candlelight. Get some rose petals. Get some R&B. Get some Maxwell playing up in here.
I'm more of a Stevie Wonder kind of guy. Anyway.
if you really love me. Okay.
All right. So
Oh,
season
man.
rookie podcast. It's Perez.
Okay.
Nelly.
Donnie Blaze. Did I do it again? Am I supposed to be introduced out?
Introduced.
Introduced, right?
Introduced.
All right, and we out.